to be doing some colored pencil art, coloring a page in Camilla Derrico's Catitude coloring book. So glad I found it.
Where did you find that, by the way?
At Kinokuniya.
Oh, fun.
I probably didn't say that correctly, but that's my problem.
I like how I pretend like I wasn't there when you found that, and I didn't know the store. Did it sound like I was acting?
It did.
I like that you have a giant trash can. It looks like a giant cat bowl behind you or something.
Always prepared. That's not trash. That's for laundry.
The keep clean one?
Oh, the big black?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to color this page. That's the one.
Joshy Boy says, hello, boys.
Hi.
Also, please let us know. We changed our microphone settings so that Kimball's is louder because he speaks much more quietly.
I'm a very quiet talker. Sorry.
And I turned mine down slightly. So, yeah, let us know if it sounds appropriate.
Are we equally annoying now is what we're asking.
Julie says, hi, Kimball and Rocky.
Hi. So I'm going to go over the colors that I picked really quickly.
Okay.
I didn't make a chart, and I'm not going to call out numbers as I go because I'm lazy.
Because he loves you all.
Basically, I chose these for blues, chose those for oranges, but that right there looked hideous, so I got rid of whatever color that was. I think it was yellow ochre. Anyway, the colors from darkest to lightest, we're using dark brown, that one.
Got it.
And then we're going to be using some sienna brown.
Got it.
And then we're going to be using, maybe that color is the next one, orange.
Got it.
I feel like we're missing something in between, but that's fine. And then we've got mineral orange.
Mineral
orange. And then we've got yellowed orange.
Yellowed.
It's been out in the sun. It happens.
Yeah, that's like our faces now.
Yeah. And we got jasmine. It smells delicious.
Oh, jasmine's so good.
Also had jasmine tea. Didn't know it was jasmine tea until I smelled it, and it smelled like jasmine flowers. Blown away. Didn't taste like jasmine, though. It tasted very sweet and delish. Anyway, those are the orangey yellow colors for the cat's fur.
Okay. Joshy says, I can H, which probably means here. And then Chris says, hello, boys. Migraine's still migrating, but I can't sleep. But I caught you.
So nice to be
This is me trying to read English. Tom says, hey, fellas, good to see you. Joshy says, sounds good. And then Eric says, hello, crazy gays, Monday, big day.
Truth.
Monday is a big day. I'm not sure what for, but it's a big day.
I hope it's a good day, whatever it may be.
Carrie says, I'm here. Sounds good.
Yeah,
and
hi,
then
Carrie.
Sadie says, hi, it's 10 p.m. here, so this is different.
It's late. All right, for the whites, because he's wearing a little sailor outfit, I grabbed the blue slate for dark,
okay,
cloud blue for light, and then I'll just, I'm using white.
Your little nubber.
I know. I have white colored pencils everywhere, but they're on a boat somewhere in the ocean right now.
They're just floating somewhere off over there.
It's fine. And then last but not least, we have blues. So we're using indigo blue.
You have to sing it like the blues, Kimball.
Indigo blue.
Da-na-na-na-na.
And we got some China blue too.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Next we got true blue.
Da-na-na-na-na. Now go up now.
And then we got something light blue. Anyway, you can see the numbers.
It's so hard.
They're all Prismacolors. So
okay, got it. Good job.
If you don't have the same colors, pick something similar, or just pick your favorite colors. Doesn't matter.
Kimball needs to work on the blues here. Lori says 10 p.m. here. Sadie, it's 4 in the morning for Eric. Oh my gosh.
Well, honey.
Oh yeah, Eric's moving Monday. Coloring with Lori says, hi everyone. Lori, 10 p.m. here also. What they're getting at is you need to get your crap together, Kimball. Color the cat that looks so happy.
A little caffeine.
Can you tell us why you chose this over this?
I don't want to draw wet fur right now. That's a little more than I can handle early in the morning.
Got it. So just angry school uniform.
Yes. Well, a sailor. So we're going to start with darks on the fur. So I'm just going to take my darkest color.
Okay, got it.
And we're going to start blocking in. I'm going to do above shading because that's just the easiest. The light's coming from above.
Well, if he's on a deck too, it's probably moonlight.
Yeah, I'm going to get that into it.
What's his backstory? What's his name? What's his personality? Why is he so angry? What just happened?
Wouldn't you be angry if you were a cat thrown onto a boat?
Probably. Especially if it was raining a bunch and it was over the ocean.
Yeah.
Eric says, that drawing looks like me in the morning. So, Kimball, what's your week been like? What have you been up to? Remember all the details we didn't talk about.
The first thing that comes to mind is I've had my first bad coffee.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Don't even get him started.
I mean, it was fine. I wasn't like that upset or anything. It was not expensive.
We went to this place called Terminal 21, which if you've seen like the Rocky and Kimball channel, I think we talk about it there. It's also going to be on the Patreon video next week. Anyway, we went and got some coffees from a local kiosk there up on the 3rd floor, I think, or the 2nd floor.
You don't need to give it all away, Rocky. I don't want to leave a bad review for someone.
Yeah, it just wasn't great.
It wasn't.
Beware of the coffee in the mall. Trust the Google reviews.
This one didn't even have Google reviews. That should have been my first tip. I feel like I'm going to leave the nose a little bit white, so I'm not going to bring the brown in it too much.
Oh, like his skin under his nose or whatever?
Like this whole area. Usually, they have like little white muzzles.
Yeah.
So, all right. And then I was staring at it. I'm like, what is all that? It's his haunches.
Oh my God, haunches.
Because he's only wearing one of those outfits that only goes on like the front. So you can be a little scribbly, by the way. Just, it's fur,
Oh my gosh, Kimball and I saw this company that was selling little outfits for your animals. It was basically these types of outfits with like suits and ties. And then they had pictures of the actual animals that they had like taken the photos. Cute. It was so cute. I was dying. I was like, we need to get a cat so we can do this and they'll hate us.
Yeah, Mason didn't really love her little lion.
Oh my God, no.
Her little lion's mane that we got her.
Joshy Boy says, Kitty's pissed.
Kitty is pissed.
Anyway, what else happened? Aside from your bad coffee, that's just riveting.
I'm sorry. Did you come up with anything to talk about?
I am the cameraman.
What did you do last night? Why don't you talk about all the fun you did last night?
Oh, I went out to a place that sold, what was it?
Crap.
I don't know. It's like some leaf that used to be illegal here because whatever. I won't get into it. It was Crantam, I think. Anyway, I had like a little soda flavored thing, hung out with my friend Eck and his friends were there. And then we went out to this place that sold, it was like a hot pot place with a giant fish hot pot that we got. Oh my gosh, it was so spicy. My stomach is still warm. And then that went on for hours. And then I walked 40 minutes home. And I got home around bedtime and went to bed and slept all night.
I'm like after bedtime. Kimball was tired and had a horrible headache.
Poor guy.
That's fine.
His head hurts here, so I've been trying to give him massages here.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going on. But I did color a page yesterday, or I colored my... Well, because this week I was going to color the cover of my sketchbook.
Yeah.
For the live, but then I found this coloring book, so I thought I'll just go and color my sketchbook cover anyway. So that's what I did yesterday. Listen to some 17 before our Apple Music, gets canceled. I think it gets canceled today. Oh, so sad.
It was so fun, though. I got to meet a bunch of new people. They were all so nice, so friendly. I just am so grateful at meeting new people and experiencing more of the city. I got to see a lot of, someone was driving me like closer to the condo, and I got to see a bunch of other places in Bangkok I hadn't seen before, so it was a lot of fun. Because usually when I'm driving in the car, I'm like trying to focus on the road. I don't look as much. And I'm not driving here in Bangkok, so it's just kind of a fun opportunity. It's a fun opportunity.
Oh my God. And we're also just still waiting on money transfers for the, condo.
Yeah, it's just half our money missing. No big deal. I don't even think we told you guys.
It's not necessarily missing. It just went into some holding place that we didn't know about. Nobody was telling us, and
it was missing. Basically, our bank didn't know where it was, and the bank that it was going to didn't know where it was. And it took 2 full days of calling both banks to figure it out.
I think the bank here knew, but they needed to have the correct number before they could say anything for sure. Because it had a tracking number.
Either way, when both banks are like, we don't know where it's at. We can't locate it. We can't locate it was the words they used, and I about pooped.
Yeah, I was
like, it's just our life savings. It's no big deal.
Not a big deal. No, it'll be fine.
Anyway, they found it, and it's coming back to the UK. It's going to be fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
But then, we have to resend it and do it all over again and hope that we can get it done in time.
We basically, long story short, we have a land office date of the 14th of July to finish all of our paperwork. And the money has to be in the account by the 5th. So we'll see if it's possible. Otherwise, we'll have to delay. And I think we're trying to basically time things out because the stuff's coming from overseas and will arrive around the same week that we move in.
Yeah.
And we don't want to put it in storage for a week. So we really want the timing to work out. So it's just less effort, basically.
You know, I'm coloring this. I love that Camilla did like the little, like, you know, fur lines, obviously.
Yeah.
But it looks like a Christmas tree now.
I love it.
The way I colored it, but that's fine.
Oh, Kristen says, oh, Kimball's coloring fur. I'm happy I caught this live. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy Catitude. I have all Camilla's books and I love them, but fur is so scary.
I mean, just make it sketchy. Like, you know, fur can be a mess. But also, the picture that got me, like, I was kind of flipping through. I was like, yeah, it's really cute, really cute. Love cats. Oh, this is adorable. But there's a picture of, oh my God, let me just show you. Like, the picture that just
sealed the deal.
Yeah. I was going to start it today. It's definitely going to be a multi-parter, but I'm going to wait until we move so I have all my other stuff. Oh my gosh.
Is it the one of the lady sitting with the cats?
Yes. Because it's obviously me.
Oh my God, that'll definitely be more than one live stream.
Yeah, I figured I would do her for one, and then this section of cats for one, and then
her little slipper. Wait.
Listen, no, we're coloring
sorry,
now.
which cat do I like? Okay, sorry.
You'll have to figure that out later. Anyway, should I make it like white out that way? No. Let's keep it simple. Kimball has a headache.
Sadie says, "Oh dear," and then Austin says, "Hi guys."
Hi.
With 4 hand waves.
Ooh,
that's so enthusiastic. And then Joshy wrote, "That's," and then wrote a separate comment that says, "Scary." And then Carrie says, "It's Kimball as a cat lady."
Yes, it is. Very much so.
We've been finding little neighborhood cats. Kimball found one yesterday walking along a fence that had glass shards on it, and it laid down in the empty spot without glass shards and let Kimball pet it for a while. It was so cute, and then Kimball's hand was filthy.
It was filthy, but I didn't mind.
And then Eric says, "And have fun with Danny outside the condo visits. He is gorgeous."
He's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, so nice. We got so lucky.
All right, we're going to keep this a little bit lighter because we're going to fade into white around his muzzle. So don't want to make the shading too dark in that area.
If you guys haven't seen it, so basically I just posted a very exciting video, actually. So it was the 10 condos that we looked at in Bangkok to buy. And so in the video that just came out, basically Kim and I tour 10 condos, talk about the pros and cons, the price, the square footage, all that stuff. And Danny, who's our real estate agent with Faz, was like walked us around multiple and helped us find some places anyway. So we're letting everyone vote on the one they think that we chose. And there's been so many interesting decisions so far, like votes. Kimball, what do you think? Which one do you think we're going to get, Kimball?
The one that I liked the best.
Oh, such a good answer.
I will say a lot of people, well, I don't know about a lot, but quite a few people that I saw had chosen the same one that we chose.
And many haven't.
And many have not.
They're all good decisions, though. Except for the ones that were really expensive and we crossed off.
They're all great places, but yeah, financially, not great decisions for us.
Joshy says, "Are you fellas going to get a cat?"
No, because we have to do a lot of traveling.
But there's so many cats on the street, guys. We're going to make lots of local friends, trust me.
I feel like this needs to go away so I can turn this, because it's like hard to, you know,
draw color in the right direction.
Yeah, it's just easier if I can just turn it. Plus, this table is not very stable.
Sadie says, "You gotta have a cat if you're a YouTube artist. It's a mandatory."
You know, I agree. Maybe I'll get like a little stuffed kitty.
Oh, X-Series says, "Morning, guys. Coffee."
Oh, good morning.
I haven't even had coffee yet. I feel like this is not allowed.
I feel like you don't really do coffee in the morning until we go out.
Yeah.
I have at least 2 cups before I leave this house.
X says, "I just watched your new episode of House Hunters International. I love it."
Oh my God.
We couldn't get Michelle Wong to come. I wanted to get her to do the voiceover.
Was that her name, Michelle?
I think it was Michelle Wong. I can't remember. Anyway, there was an AI voice that kind of sounded like her, but I was like, I just can't. That's not.
Yeah, it's weird.
We got to pay her respect. Joshy says, "Just open the door and we'll walk in." Oh, one will walk in like a cat. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
I love cats. Not all of them, mind you. Like some of them are kind of like bratty, but
horrid
either
little
way.
monsters. All right, moving on to the next shade. And we just keep building up. This is nice. It'll start adding some richness.
Eric says, what? No coffee in the morning? I need at least 3 cups.
I'm on my second.
It's because I was laying in bed answering comments. I didn't get out of bed until around 15 minutes till the live.
But you did get up early.
Yeah, I woke up around 7 or so. Carrie says, everything crossed for you. X says, I can't stop staring at Danny the whole time. Yeah. I can't wait to like watch, because I can watch back the video and like see where the like peak performance of the video was. And I just know there's going to be like 3 peaks, and it's going to be whenever Danny was on screen. I just know it. It's going to happen.
Well, he's a cutie.
He's so fun. Someone wrote something like, Danny's really into himself. And I was like, Danny's like the shyest guy. You guys don't even understand.
Oh my
like,
God,
I don't know
so
how
funny.
he's coming across, but he was like very shy. And he was even apprehensive to be on the video. So I'm so grateful that he let us like include him, because he's just such a sweet guy. I was like, I want more people to find you. But apparently we're not allowed to, like, with his company, they're not allowed to like share just his contact. Like they have to give everyone equal opportunity to find and represent people. But anyway,
yeah,
if you want someone to find a place for you, just contact Fazwaz and say you need Danny. I just thought it was bizarre that he went to college in our hometown.
Yeah, that was really strange.
And it honestly really, yeah, well, I won't get into it. We don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil anything, Rocky. No spoilers.
There's only one person on this live stream that knows where we're moving, and he's not going to say anything. Irene says, hello, there are more cats, and are there more cats than dogs in Bangkok? I don't know the answer to that. I've seen a lot of both.
We've seen more cats, definitely, but there's also quite a large amount of dogs. But I would say we've seen more kitties. I mean, even the walk from here to like the public transport is like, we'll pass probably 3 to 5 cats and maybe 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, fur, you take forever.
It's so cute because there's a house really close to the condo we're staying at, and there's a whole family. I'm pretty sure it's a whole family. And they, every morning, they like take their carts out. They run multiple food carts at the end of the street by the like Sky Train that we're next to. And so there's like a gentleman and like a younger guy that have a cart on one side. And then there's like all these carts on the left side with this really nice lady with this like bucket hat that always like smiles and waves.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
And they have a dog that like always goes back and forth between and just like roams through the streets and around the neighborhood. And like he'll be standing in the middle of the road as cars are trying to get by into the road, and the cars will just kind of like beep at him a bit. And he just kind of turns around slowly.
He's so like,
he doesn't
whatever.
seem to care at all. It's so funny.
Gotta love the chill.
I love it.
Chill animal vibes.
X says, should I say something? Don't say anything, Ed.
You say a word.
Don't you do it. Don't spoil the magic.
This magic moment.
Carrie says, fur takes forever.
It takes forever for reals.
Oh my gosh. Kimball.
But I am trying to rush it. Yes, my love.
Do you feel like you've had this vibe since you've been here, like this cat face? Have you felt this way?
No, that's how I felt when we first moved to England, because I was like, what is happening? Like, it was so stressful.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I make things more stressful for myself. But
Kim, are you sure about that? Do you make things more stressful for yourself?
Sometimes, okay?
Do you guys think Kimmel makes things more stressful for himself?
I just think they're more stressful than they really are. Okay. It's not more stressful for myself. But I build it up to be something that it really isn't.
I think you're not alone in that. I think a lot of people do that.
I am not alone. It's a song, right?
Yeah, it's like a Michael Jackson song, right?
Just a little different. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, but...
Was it about coloring?
I doubt it.
Was it about being angry?
Oh, yeah, no, since being here, no, I have not felt... I've felt a little stressy just with the money situation, but that has nothing to do with being in Bangkok.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. Like, no matter what's happening with the money, like, Kimmel and I are just eternally grateful we even, like, have the means to do this. So I never want anyone to feel like we're complaining, because we know that we are very fortunate to be able to do this. Yeah. Irene says, is Kimball a worrier?
Yes. Yes, he is. When Rocky was out past 6 last night, I was freaking out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he was fine. He was probably like, thank God, some peace and quiet.
Yeah, not really. I missed my baby, but I'm not really a social person. But I'm glad you went out and had a good time.
I did.
I know you did. You told me all about it.
Irene says, he says with a smile.
It's like I'm stressful and worried, but happy about it. The big turn of the page. I mean, I know I said I was keeping this part wider, but
I think he's looking great so far. I would not even know where to begin for shading this.
Yeah, you just got to start. That's one of the things with art in general is you just have to start.
Rhymes with
art.
So basically you're just like shading certain parts and leaving empty white space.
Yeah, because I'm just starting with my dark. I don't know. I always start with darkest when I do colored pencils. And then, I build my way to the lighter areas. So all these lighter areas will just have like a different color. He's going to turn like an orangey, yellowy tone eventually. All right, that's probably good enough. We can move on to the next color, which is, I think it's this one. Where did my little color thing go? Bear with.
Mike says, sparkle heart, sparkle robotic arm. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's robotic arm. It's hard to tell because it's the size of a micron.
This one first, and then orange.
Okay. What is that one?
Mineral orange.
Mineral.
Mini. So this is where he's going to really start changing up his color.
I am trying to hold the phone as still as possible.
You're doing really good, baby.
I hope that someday they allow the stabilization to work when you're doing a live stream from your phone because it's really hard to hold it still.
I hope that someday we just buy a tripod so you can just sit down next to me. A nice tall tripod.
A tall strapping tripod.
Yeah. And then when I'm done with all of the fur, I go back over with the darkest color, or I might pick an even darker color. I don't know what's happening there. It's like where all the fur just kind of combines, so just color that in. And then I'll add like a lot of dark extra bits and try to add some depth. Because as I layer up with the lighter and lighter colors, it does lighten over it, or it lightens up all the dark colors quite a bit.
Amy says, hi, everyone.
Hi.
Eric says the left drawing is Rocky in the shower.
A little bit.
I mean, lately my hair is quite out of control, actually.
Oh my God, speaking of out of control hair, like I put mine in a ponytail, everything's great. I'm like, oh, it looks so cute. I go outside for like 3 minutes and it's like, it is huge. Huge.
Like your personality.
I don't know about that, but.
Kimball, do you think you're going to be able to keep the long hair while you're here in Thailand?
I mean, I could. It's not hot or anything. It's just.
Isn't it?
Well, I mean, I always have it up in a bun anyway. It's nothing new. But I don't know. I might chop it off just to make my life easier. I'll do it for the vlog.
Will it be like a Felicity situation where you get canceled? The WB is going to make you rewrite your contract?
I don't know, because sure, people like my long hair, but everyone thinks I look better with shorter hair.
Do they?
I mean, I think I look better with shorter hair. I just don't like having short hair.
Timothy says, hello, my dears. And then Mike
hello,
says,
darling.
Hand, heart, rocket, hand.
Hands, hearts, and...
Eric says, Kimball loves huge things. Like personalities.
Yes. Big cake.
Lots of cake. Coffees.
There's cake in the fridge.
Sadie says, I love the long hair.
Thanks. I've had so many people in the past time they would chop it off. They're like, you look so much better with short hair. I'm like, thank you, I know. It was really sweet of you to remind me that I'm hideous.
Emotional intelligence.
Sometimes I don't have emotional intelligence, and I don't care.
You usually do.
Except for when people, tell you to shut up.
And then Kimball loses it.
We all remember the beginning of that episode.
Come at me, bro. Austin says, I think you look good with long or short hair.
Oh, thanks.
Oh. Timothy says, I would just like some hair.
I am grateful that I still have my hair. I don't mind it going gray. That's fine. As long as I got a little left on top. And in my family, it was like both ways. A lot of people lost their hair, or let's say went gray.
Or do you, if you're going to lose your hair, is it typically in your 20s that it happens?
It probably starts thinning in your later 20s. I don't know. I don't have that problem.
Wow.
But like my brothers all like started thinning like later 20s and 30s. So
you have, I feel like you follow your mom in her genetics. So. Like you have a very similar.
Except for that. That's my dad.
She doesn't have that?
My dad's got that.
Oh, you got all the best things.
No matter how thin my dad is, he's got a little gobbler.
Can you give us like a turkey gobble? Like, don't make me laugh. It shakes the camera.
Yeah, well, don't make me press too hard because it shakes the table.
Exactly. We don't want people taking seasick pills.
Oh my god, I wish I had some painkillers because my headache is like, it's there. It's one of those annoying headaches where it doesn't really hurt, but
Here,
it's
I'll
like
massage you while you're doing
no.
He's like, don't touch me.
It's one of those. It's just annoying because you know it's there, but it's not
so bad.
Painful. It's just a reminder that you're human.
Oh, I hate it.
You know.
Why do we have to be human?
Ugh, I tell you. Ugh. Oh, look at him. Okay, let's put in a little bit here. I feel like I should pull out the French grays might be good to color. Because they're like a warm gray, so they still would tie in with like the warm tones, but they would be good for a gray. What color of eyes should I give him?
I don't know.
Should I give him blue eyes just to make him really pop?
I like cat with blue eyes.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen an orange cat with blue eyes, but
I'm sure it's rare.
First for everything. I don't even know what kind of cat this is.
I don't either. I was just thinking about that. Disgruntled?
Yeah, definitely.
Cheryl says, "Oops, I'm late. I'm glad you got your Catitude."
Oh, me too. I didn't know where I was going to find it because a lot of the bookstores here are more like independent or used, and I didn't think to look up like, big obvious bookstore chains, which for me is like Barnes and Noble or not W.H. Smith, Waterstones. The ones that I have found in the States and the UK. I don't know what like a common bookstore is here, but there is one at I think it's Central World. If you go to the top floor, it's like the biggest, most beautiful bookstore ever. And I actually haven't been there, but I've seen pictures.
Well, I know what we're doing today.
Yeah, I got no plans. Plus, it's supposed to rain off and on, a little sprinkly rain all day. So we could go and just enjoy the mall, walk around, look at books, walk on our legs, flip our hair.
That sounds lovely. I need a break before I start editing again anyway.
That's true.
I was trying to recall. Oh, Eric says around 30 is the start of the run of the hairs.
No.
Cheryl says, oops, I'm late. And then Eric says, green, blue eyes, please.
Green, blue. I could do like aqua eyes, sure.
We love aqua.
It might clash a tad with the navy outfit, but it's okay. It'll be pretty. I almost did aqua instead of navy. I almost did aqua.
Ooh. Mike says, thumbs up, sparkle point.
Well, yes, everyone, please give it a thumbs up. I'm not sure what the sparkle point is, but yeah.
Oh, that could be, give it a thumbs up.
Thanks.
What's been, Kimball, since you've been in Thailand, what's been the weirdest experience you've had so far? Just like on the top of your head.
There hasn't really been a weird experience.
You have to think of a weird experience.
Well, you said off the top of my head, and nothing's standing out.
Let me pull it up for you.
Okay, this isn't a weird experience, but I do think it's kind of strange.
Okay, go ahead.
I've seen only like 2 spiders since we've been here, not indoors. And
is that strange or wonderful?
Well, because everyone's like, spiders, there are going to be so many spiders, and I'm like, I haven't seen any.
However,
there could be like a spider season, I don't know.
No. However, every time we go to throw recycling in the little recycling door, there's lizards in there, and they move really fast, so Kimball like poops. But he's not scared of them.
The first time I did, because I wasn't expecting it. But now I'm kind of expecting it, so I have Rocky open the door so I can see in, because they're so cute. I really think they're adorable.
What would you do without me opening the recycling door, Kimball? I just don't even know.
Well, I would open it and stand back.
I feel like it would be a situation where you open it and like run away really quick. And
Listen.
Then, like, peek back in, sorry.
Nobody told me about his paws.
Whoops.
But we're going to like not color them too dark, so we're just going to start off with the medium.
Joshy says, I like Kimball's citrus shirt. This was only $6 US at like a discount store. It's all cotton.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I was like, Kimball, you need to get this.
And so I tried it on, and I thought, that's cute.
This was definitely the cutest shirt in that store, in my opinion, anyway.
And you know me, I love cute things, so had to get it.
Joshy says, it's very fruity.
It is just like me. I feel like this cat has like lighter colored paws, so we're just...
Yeah, he definitely does because you don't want to do it.
Well, whenever I see cats like this, I feel like their paws, like, you know, I want to call them mittens.
Yeah, totally. Little white paws.
Yeah. So we'll keep these.
Eric says, going to be hot tomorrow, 32 degrees Celsius.
Oi.
That is not normal for Belgium.
That doesn't sound...
That sounds like beach weather to me.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I don't go to the beach.
Kimball is not a sit in front of the sun on a lounger in front of the water type of person.
Nope. I mean, I don't mind hiking. I like nature, but beach, it's boring. It's like relaxing for like 20 minutes, and then I'm just like, done. We're done here. This was fun.
Cheryl says, Sammy has white paws and yellow eyes. My jumbo fluffy orange cat.
Oh, cute.
Sammy.
Sammy, honey.
Eric says, and no aircon. That's the thing about Europe and England is like, it does get hot occasionally, and a lot of the places don't have AC, so it's really hard to escape.
All right. This is where he's going to really brighten up.
Okay.
Which kind of freaks me out, but we're doing it. I may not go so ham with this. I might just kind of do a light smush here and there. Because I don't want him, because the orange almost looks neon, which I don't want like a neon kitty. But I do want it to have like this little glow. So we're just roughly going through with this one.
Timothy says, just had 3 days in the upper 90s.
Ugh.
And then Eric says, I'm leaving the beach to Kimball, going back near Antwerp.
Well, that's good.
Yay! That's so fun.
I like Antwerp.
We got to be where we want to be as much as possible. Joshy says it's going to be 96 degrees in Texas. Oh, my Lord.
What is it here? Like, it's usually about 88 degrees is kind of like the average temperature here. Plus
is it seems like it's always up in the 90s in midday.
But then we have the humidity.
Right.
So it feels like 93. But it's like not, I don't know, it's not that bad. Especially when the clouds are, or yeah, when it's like cloudy out.
I don't know why. It's really, I'm sure I'm annoying Kimball saying this, but like I've actually really enjoyed the heat in the middle of the day and like just going out and just spending time and just getting completely sweaty. I don't know why. It just like feels so nice on my skin, and I don't know, Kimball thinks I'm nuts anyway.
I mean, I don't dislike it. I dislike being in it for like too long.
Kimball doesn't like when he can feel like drips going down his back.
Yeah, I'm like, that's gross. Okay, that's gross. And then I have to get on like the public transport, and I'm like, don't touch me. Nobody touch me. I'm hideous. I'm so moist.
And I'm just sitting there with like a giant smile on my face. Kimball's like, shut up.
Oh, you're just nasty.
Lori says upper 90s all week here too. It sucks.
Ugh.
And worse, humid.
Yeah. I don't know what I like better, dry heat or humid heat. Because growing up in Idaho, we had some, 100-degree days on occasion. But it wasn't ever really humid.
Scott says, we went to Manhattan Beach today. I was in my go-to attire, all black. Jason called it Mr. Dietz goes to the beach. Oh my God, that's funny. Joshua says, it's good for the skin. It is.
My skin has been doing better. Although I hate having to put sunblock on every day.
Eric says, I prefer the dry heat.
Yeah. I don't know. I go back and forth because being here, I thought I would hate it, but it's kind of nice. But I instantly feel like I'm sweating.
But everyone else is sweating too. That's the thing. It's not just you.
Well, right. But I just mean like, even though if I'm not sweating, it's still the humid. The humid heat. Oh, noises behind us. We don't know what it was.
It's these water bottles. They just keep occasionally like it's always fun in the middle of the night when you wake up to that. It's just like,
well, and every time every time our neighbor like closes their bathroom door, I'm like, is somebody in the apartment?
I really hope that the neighbors start singing opera because
oh my God,
it just sounds like they're in the next room. Like when we're in the bedroom here, it just sounds like they're right there singing opera, and it makes me want to just go use the restroom so I can listen. Anyway.
All right, on to the next shade. This one's just
Lori says, the humid makes me sick. Body can't handle it.
That's no fun.
It's definitely not for everyone.
I mean, I do get a little overheated. Like, we were out the other day, we went to like a little antique place, and I thought it was going to be AC, and it wasn't. We walked about half hour to get there. And so I was like, that's fine, I'll cool off. But then it was just, I was getting hotter and hotter and hotter as we were inside, and I was like, I'm going to die. So I had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocky's like, you need to calm down. I'm like, I'm going to die.
So we went to this little coffee shop that had a ghost, and it was called like the
Poltergeist? Or the
ghost.
little ghost
Little
cafe?
Ghost Cafe, yeah. Super cute. They had AC.
Yeah, they did.
They had so much AC. This woman had brought her own blanket and was sitting there watching Netflix with a big, like, pushing cute blanket over her right under the AC. And Kimball was like,
well, you need to move. I want to sit there.
Don't tell her she can't come watch Netflix at the cafe for an hours on end.
She can, but I want to sit there for like 10 minutes and like cool my jets.
Timothy says, none of the locals in your videos look like they're sweating. They are.
Well, actually, yeah, a lot of people here. I'm surprised that like a lot of people that are more fit than me, or at least they look more fit than me, are sweating. I don't know why, because when I was heavier, I would sweat at the drop of a hat.
Kimball like still has the hang-ups from when he was like heavier, because he used to be the only one sweating, so he always worried that like he would be a sweaty mess and everyone would be looking and laughing at him.
Not laughing.
Well, you know what I mean.
Not even looking. I don't even think nobody even really cared. I know that.
Well, I know that for sure.
Well, I know that, but it doesn't mean I didn't think about it.
Totally. Your feelings were valid, Kimball.
And they still are. I'm an adult. I'm allowed to talk to adults.
Austin says it's been in the 90s all week here in North Carolina.
Oh, jeez. It's like the never-ending heat waves. All right, we are almost done with the fur. We gotta do. Okay, this one's gonna be really fast because this is just a pale yellow.
You're just gonna warm things up a bit
because he's so cold.
He doesn't look like he's enjoying that.
You know what? I don't care.
Does anyone have a name for this guy in the comments? Please let me know what you think we should name him. Oh, don't shake it. Don't shake the camera.
I instantly just was like, Scrappy. Because he looks
Scrappy, don't.
He looks a little scrappy.
Is there something to do with sailor or something?
Yeah, like what's a cute sailor name?
I literally know nothing about sailing, so I think sailors.
It's on water.
Wow. There's boats.
So you can't say you
don't know.
All
I can think about is like swab the decks, but that might be like a pirate thing.
Well, that's still sailing.
Maybe we can call him Swabby. Does he look like a Swabby? Probably not.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now we're going back to the darkest. I have to really get in here. So, you know.
The cat's name's Brad the Wet Furry.
Well, that sounds like a Bangkok kind of thing. Or not Bangkok, a Pride thing.
Mm.
The furry.
Oh my god, there were so many cute furry people at Pride. I loved it. I wanted to go say hi to all of them. I was like, give me a hug. I just felt so bad. I was like, they must be so hot.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that.
That's dedication, Holmes.
Just need to come back in, add some lines, some texture. I really should sharpen the pencil, but I'm lazy.
We actually met a cat like this at a little stationery store run by this husband and wife, and they had 4 cats. One was named Bimai, which I think means New Year here.
Yeah.
Ek can tell me if I'm wrong about that in the comments. But then they had another male cat, but his name was Claudia.
Yeah.
And it looked just like this cat, actually. And also the vibe was very similar.
Yeah, he was very standoffish, but we had fun.
Hopefully that video will go live today. I feel like it's been forever in the works. Timothy says, do you know why pirates are called pirates? Because they are!
Oh my god.
Josh says, Salty Tom.
Salty Tom?
Tomcat?
Yeah.
My stomach's like.
Why?
By the way, I am really curious. Is the audio right between Kimball and I right now? So like,
yeah, because I'm the quiet.
Can you hear? Oh my knees.
I'm
on
the
my
quiet
console.
talker. So, am I loud enough? I'm sure.
Am I too loud? That's the most important thing. I don't want to be screeching people's ears. Can you hear us equally? Got a headache. Look at me like, oh my god, don't touch me. You're supposed to squeal so they can hear you.
I squeal for no one.
That's not true.
Rude.
Kimball.
Yes.
What do you want to do today?
I want to go to a cafe.
Okay. Everyone says it sounds good. Thank you very much, you guys.
Okay, good. Just gonna do this and tone down some of the texture. If I had like my white paint, I would come in and add like little furry, floofy bits and make the whites pop a little bit, but I don't. So we'll get to that someday. It's always fun to revisit a page every now and then.
Eric says, sounds crazy like always.
Oh, good. That's all we ask for.
Even the cats are gender fluid.
Yes.
Yes, Kimball, on his piece from last week, he came back and had done so much stuff to it, and he posted on Instagram, and I was like, Kimball, what is this piece? This is so cute. He's like, that's the live stream piece from last week. And I was like,
I love that you think it was from last week.
Or from the week before?
No.
Pride week?
3 weeks ago.
Anyway, I was like, it looks completely different to me, but maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
How much did you change about it?
I just added a lot more shading. Because, like, it's hard to color, like...
Doing a live stream, you mean?
Like, it's easier if I'm sitting like this, because it, like, right here, it's very glary, and I can't see what the picture looks like.
Are you coming over it? I'm holding the camera.
I know. And it's very sweet of you, darling. I've got a headache, and I don't like it.
Where does it hurt the most? Point.
Here.
Gotcha. Would it help if I just, like...
Don't touch me. All right, let's do the blue shorts. Blorts, if you will. So we've got a little shadow cast from... This is indigo blue. From his shirt. So we can just color that nice and solid.
Eric says, will we get a crazy ending like last week?
I hope it doesn't just cut out. That was no fun.
Well, I didn't have time. It was already a half hour long.
But I mean...
Oh, you mean the live stream? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking something else.
I don't know what you're thinking. So I'm going to kind of carry this through quite a bit because they're supposed to be pretty dark.
Oh my gosh, Nurse Adrian just upgraded her membership on Patreon. Woohoo! Thanks, Adrian. I don't know if Adrian's... Adrian, are you here? Adrian, can you hear us?
That's always a fun
one. Every time, you guys don't even know. Every time someone like does anything on Patreon, I'm just like, oh my god, Kimball.
We get it.
Anyway, I'm so grateful.
I'm just making up folds in the fabric. I don't know what fabric looks like.
Joshy says, kits ahoy. Angela says, hi, Kimball and Rocky. Glad to be watching another live. Hope you're both well.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Thanks, Angela. We're doing great. How are you doing? Tell the class. Carrie says, Sailor Sourpuss. And then Scott says, Seaman Sardine. Well, the names are all coming in now. He definitely looks like he demands sardines, doesn't he? Like he looks like he's waiting for his food, and they're like, "We don't have this," and he's like, "What?
I want it."
Did you say?
Oh my god! When I was a kid, we went out with my cousins to eat, and my cousin really liked sausage.
Yeah.
And we're all like sitting there. I don't know. He ordered it, and people were getting their food already, and his hadn't come out yet. And just out of nowhere, he was like, I want my sausage! Like really loud.
I mean, who doesn't?
And I was so embarrassed. I'm just like, oh god, do I have to be here for this?
Did you ever bring this up to him again? Like later in life?
No. I feel like it's one of those things that he probably just repressed. Who knows? Maybe it didn't really happen.
I mean, it's kind of a funny memory. I want my sausage!
It was just like, what? I can't remember if he said I want or where is, but I was
I mean, either way. Is one better than the other? I don't know.
Yeah.
There was this place near Boise where we grew up called Cactus Pete's. I think it was one of the first towns in Nevada where you could gamble and like do slot machines and stuff like that. So my grandma and my grandpa would take my sister and I over there, and she would like gamble. We'd do like we'd swim in the pool and just hang out and have time, to chill. And there was definitely a reason I was telling this story. Oh, they had a buffet, and it was like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And my sister, every time we went, her big thing was to get a giant plate full of bacon. That was bacon, just like seriously stacked. And she would eat the entire thing.
Girl's getting her money's worth, okay?
She's still alive, don't worry.
It's funny because, I would go to a buffet and just eat all the carbs, the really cheap stuff.
You got to pace yourself, Kimball.
I'm not one of those. I'm not like a steak kind of guy or a seafood kind of person.
Yeah, same.
Give me pastries, give me pasta.
Where's the all-you-can-eat pastry buffet?
Don't tell me, because I'm going if I know.
Wouldn't it be cool if they had that, though, and it was all like miniature versions of the pastries, so you could try a lot of different things without feeling guilty for wasting it? You know what I mean? You could have a mini croissant.
Tiny.
It's all like just like bite-sized things.
All right, just filling in. I don't even think I'm going to use white. They're not shiny. Well, they look shiny, but white would make it look very shiny.
Your coffee is doing this like thing. It's making me nervous, especially when it was fuller. It was like
I know. That's why I take a big. That's why I drank a bunch of it, because it was jiggling around a little too much for my liking.
Angela says, "Doing very well, thank you. Just sitting down, coloring my flamingo page from Rita Berman, Africa book, in between housework and listening to you both."
Oh, lovely. That sounds like a pretty good day. All right, we got the cute little blue shorts. Look at you in your little shorts. Because he has a white shirt, so we're giving him a blue tie. I have no sense of history. He wears a brown tie. Do you know what that's from?
If you guys know what that's from, let us know in the comment.
Ew, that big old hairy mole. Ew, I had that thing removed. Besides, you knowing about my big old mole doesn't prove anything. Except for it's way past medication time for you, buddy. Oh my God. I love it.
How can you remember all that, but we can't remember key dates for, admin in life?
Because that's not as fun.
What we do know is they're coming to do pest control at the condominium today, and I'm waiting to hear if we have to stay here while they're doing it or if we can leave.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I do love a nice pest control.
That's so cute. Little tie. By the way, just some behind the scenes. I don't know if we told you guys, but we were having an issue with our washer was like leaking out everywhere, and it was just like flooding.
The draining hose.
Yeah, so the hose was clogged. So anyway, I went to like pull the little clamp thing off the hose and redo it, and then I found out that the hose was so weak it was just cracking everywhere. But they came to fix it. Don't worry, they have completely solved the issue by wrapping it with duct tape. My grandpa would be so proud right now because duct tape was like his thing. We also went to an area called Talanoy last week, and there was a Jeep, and you know how like the Jeep fabric over time can like wear down or whatever. They had fixed it with duct tape. I love it. I seriously love it. Whatever. If it works, do it.
So is the collar dark blue as well? I think so. Right?
Probably. Eric says the good old duct tape.
It has so many uses.
My grandpa literally was like, everything can be fixed with duct tape.
My parents were not like that, or my grandpa. They were like, tear it all apart, do it right. Whatever. And I'm like, that's fine. So now that kind of sticks with me. So I'm like, oh, got to do it the proper way. Whatever.
Kimball's about to tear our relationship apart at any minute to do it right.
I don't think so. You know how much work that'll be to put that back together?
No. Sounds horrified.
Years.
Mike says laugh. And then Timothy says blue stripes.
Blue stripes. Wait, are we talking about... Wait, so the collar... Is the main part of the collar blue? Like this part? I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, do that.
I'm going to do that.
Do that.
That's what we're doing.
Wait, does he have a little paw on his shirt? Wait, time out. Move your hand.
Yeah,
there's a little paw on his little collar. I didn't even notice that.
It looks like a little pirate hat.
Cute.
These are the things that Rocky finally notices.
I just think it's funny because Kimball literally has spent his entire life doing the coloring books he's going to do, and he's worried about making them all perfect. And I look at this, I'm like, is this sketchiest thing ever?
Well, and I think it's funny here because like the pattern from the background like goes through his paw right there.
Right. I'm like, this is so like quickly done, and like yet Where's your coloring book, Kimball? That's what I want to know.
Shut up.
Where is
it's with the clothing line.
You guys.
What?
Would you be excited if we told you that we spent half of last week working on all of our merch that's now live, but you guys don't have a link to it yet?
Because we're terrified, because it's like, it was saying that we'll be charged for all the shipping costs, and some of the shipping costs was like $30.
So anyway,
yeah.
I started a Shopify account. Kimball has a thing through another thing.
Things are happening.
There is a lot of really cute merch that we're working on, and we're gonna probably we're thinking about doing like launches. Wow, sorry, my knees can't hold myself up. We're thinking about doing launches because we don't want the store to be completely overwhelmed. We basically just signed up for like the super cheap Shopify account. So it's only like $1 a month for now. And then I think it's like $5 after that, because we don't want to spend $20 a month and then it doesn't work out.
We don't got that kind of money anyway.
Right. So we're trying to like be sensible about it. So anyway, we're thinking about doing launches so the shop doesn't just get inundated with products. But oh my gosh, honestly, that was stressful, Kimball, because I would spend an hour and a half like setting up and like making all this stuff, and then the site would fail and then we'd have to redo it. I was like,
well, and then when you finished everything, it was like, you're going to be charged hundreds of dollars for other people's shipping. And I was like, wait, shouldn't that have been taken care of when we did this?
Yeah. And then after hours of researching and I still didn't figure it out, I was like, we're just doing it. I don't even care. We're just going to do it. So eventually we're going to give you guys all a link to that. And
cue everybody just finding it right now anyway.
I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Well, I mean, I would share it, but I am worried about that whole shipping thing because you got me all paranoid.
But we didn't do it for nothing.
Because when I did Society 6, it was just like everything was taken care of. I didn't have to do anything. And I thought, I mean, I did start I re-signed up for a Redbubble account, so I can add stuff on there, but I don't really have high quality versions of anything because I don't have a scanner, we don't have a home, blah, blah, blah.
Timothy says, call me when the porcelain dinner launches. What is the porcelain dinner?
Like, should we make a porcelain dinner set?
Oh my God, do they have that? Is there a company that makes custom porcelain dinnerware?
Could you imagine?
I would totally do that. There's gotta be.
There's just
Will they link to our Shopify?
Oh my God.
Because basically Kim and I don't have room or the energy, to be honest, to like make our own stock and hold it and ship it, especially from Thailand. It's just not going to happen.
God, no.
So we're using a print on demand service that has good reviews, and we'll probably use multiple.
Yeah,
because some of them are better for printing, some of them are better for like fabrics and clothing,
and some of them are better for like books and things like that. And books, yeah. So we'll figure it out.
But fortunately for everyone, the experience will just be one area. It'll be a Shopify page that will just have the items there, and they can shop that way. So it'll be much easier to order.
I wasn't entirely sure how to color this, but I decided to just start.
I think Kimball and I are just worried because there's been times in the past when people are like, I would buy this. And then Kimball will like put it on his Society 6 or whatever. And then like no one bought anything. So we're like, we spent all this time doing merch and we're like, is anyone actually going to care? So we'll see. We'll see if anyone cares.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I think that the item that's going to do the best is the one that we just put the least amount of effort into, because that's always the way.
That is always the way. Which always makes me like think, am I always trying too hard, or?
Yes, probably. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Stop trying, Kimball. Just be.
Okay. Could really use a Tylenol right now.
Oh yes, Timothy says dinnerware. Eric says, and don't forget the thumbs for this live.
Please and thanks. What time are we at?
Carrie says, maybe that's why Kitty is mad about. Oh, gosh.
Okay, good. It's only been an hour, which is pretty much right on time, like right on schedule for this. We're doing a coloring page. Anything else? The hat needs to be blue. Nope, the anchor will be blue.
Sadie says, I have bought YouTube channel merch before.
I mean, I guess it would be YouTube. I don't know what to, like, it feels weird because most of the stuff is like just me and Rocky, and I feel weird. Like, do people really want me and Rocky?
Kimball.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff too, but eventually. Oh my God, the sound of the AC just makes me happy.
Zooming into the anchor. You are my anchor, Kimball?
Oh my God, that is like so sweet. I love you. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Did you? Did I? Did we? It's very quiet.
Shh. I was trying to give you some space to think about what you want to talk about.
Let's give them something to talk about. My neck hurts. All right. Those are done. Moving on to the white. But I want to wash that off. Okay. Starting off with the darkest shading for the whites.
Let me zoom in.
White should be the easiest because there's not a lot of coloring to do with it, you know?
Just more of the light blue.
Yeah, I may not even actually use the white colored pencil. Little dark shadow under the collar.
And then when you're done, you're going to hand color every single one of these anchors, right, Kimball?
Yes.
Every single one.
Absolutely.
After the live stream is done, because I got to use the restroom eventually.
No, you're fine. I'll just shade that out. Doing white's pretty easy. I mean, I make it easy. Ain't gonna stress about it. Yeah, we'll just draw like some kind of crease happening.
Sadie's got to go to bed. Bye.
Bye, Sadie. I hope you get good rest.
Thanks for coming to hang out.
Have a good night's sleep. Yeah, also I might find a darker brown and tweak his fur just a little bit, but that'll be another time, not during the live. All right, a nice subtle shade.
Oh my God, all that spicy food I had last night. It's like, blah, 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 blah.
What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying, Kimball. Coloring with Lori says, he is looking amazing. Can't believe how fast you did that.
Thanks. Yeah, well, I mean, I try to get it all done in one sitting. I don't really like to revisit pages, but sometimes I definitely will do multi-part pieces because, you know, there's just a lot to get done sometimes.
Eric says, the sun is coming up here.
Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do.
Isaac says, finally off work to join my first live.
Woohoo!
Much love from Isaac in South Florida. Looks cute, Kimmy.
Thanks. I hope you had a good day at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you answering for him?
I was just like trying to like add in like a little fun like energy moment.
Oh my God. Fun energy moment by Rocky.
I'm trying to distract myself from my stomach.
I'm trying to hurry. Just
no,
for you.
You're fine. Just take your time, Kimball.
No, see now I mean you're standing right next to me. I don't want to deal with this.
Don't make me laugh.
Does it pucker?
I am strong. I am woman.
Yeah.
Helen Reddy. I want a shirt that says She Ready on it and it has a picture of Helen Reddy. I really want to do that.
She ready.
Nurse Adrian says, oh, we love an angry sailor kitty. I thought it was a nurse cap.
No. I can see that though. You need to be careful because it's dragging the darker blues into it. I'm a lazy colorist. What can I say?
Adrian says, so much pressure.
It's too much pressure. Oh my God, it reminds me of Dick when she's like, we have a report to do on turquoise jewelry on Monday and it's too much pressure.
Eric says, don't rush it, Campbell. We want 1 more hour of this.
Oh, my brain.
Well, my stomach does not want 1 more hour of that, so.
All right, we're pulling out the aquas for the eyes. It's just, what is it? Cobalt turquoise and light aqua, I think, is what I'm using. Give it a little sharpen.
Oh, wait.
I need like a better system for this, but.
Like an assistant to do it for you, or what? What are you talking about? What's the better system?
Well, like when we were at our other place, I had like a little tray that I could just sharpen into.
Oh, right.
All right, going in for the eyes.
So exciting.
Start dark on the edges and fade down. Dark on the edge, fade down. Dark on the edge, fade down.
Oh my God, you're like a teacher.
Well, I'm kind of just telling myself what I'm doing too, you know.
Talk through it. Fill the silence, Kimball.
Coming in with the lighter color now. Drag it out. Mm-hmm.
Do you always leave a little bit of a white, just like?
Yeah, just like, well, I'm gonna ziggity zag some white colored pencil through there, and a lot of times that'll drag the color. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There we are.
Nurse Adrian says, I just increased my Patreon membership so I can further distract myself from psychiatry studies. I know, I saw that, Adrian. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
We appreciate it so much. Thank you very much, Adrian. Of
course, now I'm trying to be like, Adrian!
Adrian says, okay, so now we need an angry nurse kitty.
I'm just taking the dark and coloring in the pupil and like, because there's a lot of stuff happening. I don't know what this is.
Does it feel good having the camera right next to your face like this?
Absolutely.
Do you love it?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have my white pen, but that's fine. I would add that little extra dot.
Where's your white paint pen?
I don't know. I need a pink.
Where is it?
It's over left, probably in the bag.
There's nothing like bad in here. Oh, here we go. I found it, Kimball.
Oh my God. Gross.
Okay.
All right. I'm giving
it back.
We're giving
That's
a
not where it goes.
Pink nose. What color? What color is this? I know people like the colors.
When
I
was
know
this from?
I freaked out about it. That's what I colored yesterday, and I got a headache.
Oh.
Remember, I was gonna do that. I mean, I just was gonna color my sketchbook cover.
She's so cute. Is there anything inside? No.
I just bought it. Calm down.
You haven't finished it yet? God,
I know.
lazy.
Pink on the nose. Okay. Pink in the mouth. I'm a little pink tongue. I'm so angry. And then we'll just use white to highlight. Also, just to soften the color just a little bit. I feel like you should have slightly yellow teeth.
He doesn't have a good dentist.
Well, he's living life out on the ocean, and they didn't get a good dentist.
Nurse Adrian says, just swap the scarf out for a stethoscope.
All right. Is he done?
He looks pretty good.
Ooh, wait. Whoa. We need just like, what is this? It's a French gray for sure. 30% French gray. Forgot to do like the insides of his ears.
But he's not going to say what all the pencils are.
I was trying to be nice because I was such a
tyrant?
Yes, that's the word I was thinking of.
Nurse Adrian says, that's really phenomenal.
Thanks. So I think, and you could also use the French grays to do the white, but I wanted a blue thing because he's orange and I like, the complementary colors. All right, let's just get our head in here. Has a little sparkle and twinkle.
This is your white paint pen from Sharpie?
Yeah. They used to have a better one, but they don't anymore.
Here we are, living our worst life.
Oh my God, my head is throbbing, y'all. Like, what is happening? Let's go look up. Oh, that's nice. I just like to look up and feel better about life, right? Okay. That's
take
weird.
A step.
No,
Come on, take a step.
Nescafe.
Okay.
Oh, look at him, angry little kitty. I could use this same color, and we'll just give him a little shadow on the ground. A subtle shadow, if you will. What an angry little kitty.
I really hope you run into him today on the street.
There's not really any floofy cats on the street that I've seen.
That's true. They're all inside with the air conditioning.
Yeah, like Claudia. We need to find out what the other cat's name is.
That's how the owner said it.
Because there's Claudia, Bimai, and
Garfield.
We need to find out what the other cat's name was.
True.
All right, tiny little shadow. I could also use this to darken up some of the teeth. Okay. Okay, great. Now we're done. We're done.
Yay! Good job.
I'm an angry little kitty. Like so Rocky's cute. Angry little belly.
Don't do it. So cute. Now
right.
for the fridge, Kimball.
Oh, I shouldn't hang other people's artwork up on the fridge. It's not my own. It's a collaboration. That's one thing I like about coloring is that it's like a collaboration.
Oh my God, that's such a nice way to put it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go so Rocky can use the toilet. He's gonna fill yesterday's spicy mood. Why is it spicy?
Shut up.
And I'm gonna go and relax because my head is throbbing. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We had a good time. We got a little colorful kitty. It's
He's so cute. Can't believe him.
Yeah. We're gonna have
Can
fun.
We adopt him?
We're gonna have fun with this coloring book. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
There are a lot of just.
Oh my god! Time out. Leave it there. Look at this page.
Kitties and strawberries.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff to color in this.
Kim, what is happening?
Yep. It's a good one. If you like coloring cats and you want to practice fur, I would definitely recommend getting this one.
So cute.
All right. We are going to go, but thank you all for hanging out with us. And next week will be 7 p.m. Bangkok time, Sunday. And I will be doing, I say mixed media, but let's be real, I don't have my stuff and it takes forever to dry anything, so it's like, maybe we'll do pen and ink or colored pencils or something else, I don't know. I got a couple of things I can work with.
It'll be a fun time to hang out either way.
Yeah, we'll chat, we'll talk, we'll update you guys on our lives, it'll be great.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Love you guys, bye.
Thanks for hanging out. Hit that end button, Rocky.